Talkin' GK with Conway.
Hello, my friends, and welcome to another edition of Talking GK with Conway. I want to thank everyone so much who shared my work with your friends and all of you who became subscribers. Welcome. Now, according to my YouTube analytics, there's a consistent statistic that only 50% of my viewers are subscribers. So my question is, why? So it's free. Folks, it's free, so please subscribe and ring the bell so you can be with the first to know when the next chapter is released. And please continue to share with your friends so that they can thank you for it later. I'd also like to report that I wrote a new story for the page All Things D&D. This is, at their request, it's an original and custom made about D&D gameplay. I go way back, but it's going to be read by the great Milo, their narrator over there, and it's slated for broadcast in early August. So I encourage all of you to go check it out and subscribe to their page. Very gracious team over there, and they're a very successful page, and they produce audio stories like me. You may have noticed I posted the first selection, it was called Flower EP, of a lot of music that I've written over the years that I hope to catalog on this page. A lot of folks were asking me, hey, how do I hear Sunburn stuff? And I noticed that Flower EP was available for sale on Amazon for $30. Now, I don't know who's getting paid for it, but I do want everyone who cares to be able to have a chance to hear some of the things that I've done over the years. My living proof of a misspent youth. I've created a new playlist called The Music of Sean Grimes, which is my birth name, and my rock credits are all under that name. I have many music projects that I've written over the years, so I thought you, my lovely listeners, might be curious and want to hear. That said, I have absolutely no interest whatsoever in anything to do with the music business anymore, so please don't ask me why I'm not selling it on Spotify or iTunes or whatever. I'm done with that business. So if you know someone who you think can do something with it, God bless you. Just send me the check. That said, I also hope to release the television show. Yeah, that's right. I wrote a TV show that I produced with my friend Mike. It's called Rock and Roll Salvation, and it was a lot of fun to make. It was intended to be simply to be a way to create a sizzle reel for us to get a deal with a TV network, which we almost did. But enough time has passed that we agreed that too should see the light of day. So hopefully you folks understand and appreciate. My intention is to share my writing with you, and I hope none of you are dissuaded following this page as a result of me adding music or television to that mix. In fact, I sincerely hope you appreciate everything I write and everything I release. Time for viewer comments. My first viewer comment was from Jean-Luc Martel, folks. He's not French. And he writes that he writes, what is that badass music track that starts during the assassination ambush scene? Jean-Luc, it is called Battle Without Honor or Humanity. Most of you who are as old as me probably know it from the Kill Bill soundtrack. And I also wanted to remind all of my lovely listeners, including you, Jean-Luc, that I have created a public playlist on my page called The Giant Killers Music Choices, which contains the tracks that I've added underneath the production. And so if you're curious, of course, feel free to ask. I love your comments, all of you. I love your comments. But I also urge you to check out those tracks and be sure to enjoy those creators, and maybe I could help turn you on to something. All right? Cool. Next, a Greased Monkey asked, any chance you have a Facebook page or something with updates on the book? Well, a Greased Monkey, I do have a Facebook page, though I do admit I'm not terribly active on social media anymore. In terms of progress on the book, It's done. I mean, I wrote the entire manuscript. It's 180,000 words, 28 chapters. So yes, we still have a ways to go, folks. But this project that you are witnessing is actually a twofold attempt to complete my third revision, which is my revision for air, which I decided to do because I found that reading out loud is really helpful for dialogue. For those of you writers out there, one of the best ways to improve your dialogue is to read it out loud and to hear what it sounds like. Also, because I'm giving it away on YouTube because I'm trying to reach you folks. I'm trying to build an audience to enjoy it so that I can attract a publishing agent and maybe get this thing published and maybe, I don't know, get it put on TV or something. So that said, I do have a Patreon page. I am not monetizing the Giant Killers here, so it shall remain commercial free. And but if you care to help me with this production and maybe earn your way into eternal glory as a Giant Killers fan, please visit my Patreon page and consider making a donation. Third, Samuel Earl commented, "Hey Sam, in times of darkness and fear, the Giant Killers were revered." I commented back to Sam that sounded sort of like a limerick. Maybe it was like a song lyric. And so I encouraged him to keep going, and he did. So he sent me some more things, and we've actually done some collaborating, and perhaps maybe when I do the epilogue, Sam, maybe I could produce this and actually sing it and then add it to the music underneath. So there is something to be said for reaching out and letting me know how you feel and, being creative. That said, I do want to say I apologize profusely to everyone and anyone who has listened and commented that they wanted to help either produce music, either help do voices on the show. But I hope you understand that I know that the show would be so much better, or the audiobook would be so much better if I had much more talented and creative people involved. I agree. However, my trouble is if I don't take care of it myself, I just feel like it's never going to get done. And I need to get this finished. And that really only happens when I work at my pace and I know I can rely on me to get everything done in my own way. So, again, so please don't feel offended if I do not accept your help. It doesn't mean that I'm putting you down or think that you wouldn't be awesome to have on my team. It's just I've got a system in place and I'm trying to, it already takes a while to complete this stuff. So I can't wait on anybody to complete it. But thank you for offering, everyone. All right, let's do the quiz. Okay, once again, I have a question that if you are the first to answer correctly in the comments below, you shall be the winner of your choice of two prizes. Either a first edition signed copy of The Giant Killers by moi when it is published. So that essentially is an IOU from me to you. Or you can, if you want, actually something that you won that you can actually hold on to. As I offered before, if you want to have one of my original drawings that I've used within the show, you pick. And just let me know that and I'll send it to you. And then you can have that as your own little memento of being involved with me as we do this. So with that, here's the quiz. In Talking GK number 1, I explained how I try to imitate people or actors in order to come up with a voice for them and make it consistent. I explained that I used Eartha Kitt as the voice of Ermine. So the question is, which actor am I imitating to do the voice of Quell Tavor?
You are, as I see you, dead, yet in eternal service to the promise of eternal life.
He peered into the dead eyes of his former champion.
Bring my sacraments for conjuring. See the sacrifice, Great One. We have delivered mankind's greatest swordsman in sacrifice to your will.
I will add these clues that it is an American actor who began his film career in the 1950s. He's super famous, and he portrayed truly iconic characters into the 1980s, of which I am blatantly trying to imitate one for the voice of Queltaver. So, as always, take as many guesses as you like in the comments below. And if you comment, you are entitled to request further hints from me. That's an added rule. So I want to encourage you guys to comment and let me know what you think. Okay, so be the first and you win the quiz. Omissions. I realized that I made a mistake on my west map that I did, and that is that Millandon and Ypsilet are actually on this river right here, and Millandon is actually much closer to Bishopsgate than I portrayed down here. I kind of put them down here. Actually, Ypsilet is where Millandon was, about here, and Millandon is way up the river, closer to Bishopsgate and much closer to Eleanor. So that is why the zombie army was able to reach it over the course of a day, wandering without stop. So I just wanted to make sure I pointed that out, and in subsequent versions of the map that shall be corrected. Thanks again, everyone, for listening and for participating with me on this journey. I hope to release the next chapter of The Giant Killers as soon as it's made, which is hopefully soon, so stay tuned for that. And thank you so much for listening and sharing your thoughts with me. Look forward to more music and more original stories to be released here as soon as they are produced. And as always, until next time, take care and be safe, and steer clear of all those viruses, okay? Aloha.
This has been Talkin' GK with Conway. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share with all your friends.